Hello, my name is Samarth Koundinya, and today I will be applying for a grant for my conducted research on the shift in the American prison policy from a rehabilitation-driven mindset to a punishment-based one. The question I present before you is this: how does focusing on rehabilitation instead of punishment affect incarceration rates and the reintegration into the community? This question is a product of a broader concept on the social control theory on how relationships, values, and norms encourage conformity and prevent deviance. As I researched about this, I found out about the shift in the US prison policy. One would expect that this change would reduce the rate of recidivisms, but this has remained virtually unchanged over the past decade or more. In 2005, 67.8% of 400,000 state prisoners were released in 30 states and were rearrested within 3 years of release, and 76.6% of them were arrested within 5 years. The communities too are forced to bear higher costs of these factors such as training public health, homelessness, mental health services, and community and families relationships. These are two graphs which compare the United States with countries such as Norway and other countries in Western Europe, which hold a rehabilitation program over a punishment-based approach. As you can see, the difference is quite visible. For my project, I'll be using a quantitative and qualitative approach. Qualitatively, I'll conduct policy document analysis and interviews with formerly incarcerated individuals. Quantitatively, I'll analyze the rates of incarceration rates, recidivism trends, and a budget analysis on how the spending on retribution compares to a security spending over time. This approach not only combines hard evidence of the lived experiences, showing not just if restorative justice works, but how and why it works. My positionality and values on this project. I will focus on partnering with local reentry organizations and introduce myself and my project. All the interviews I conduct will be confidential, and all the participants will be able to review and approve how the sentences can be used. I personally value reform over punishment, but I will make sure to include the opposing counsel's perspective on those who are skeptical about restorative justice and suggest rigor is required to maintain balance. My main goal of this project is to influence policymakers to consider the former way of reformation using evidence-based facts. It is important to contribute to the public awareness on how such prison policies not only affect the lives of incarcerated individuals but entire communities. With your support, this research can guide justice systems towards a more humane and effective practice. Being labeled as a criminal can lead to self-fulfilling prophecies, making reintegration harder. Rehabilitation-focused systems may avoid reinforcing negative labels and instead promote personal growth and identity transformations. Thank you.